I didn't actually realize how unorthodox this looks, because right now I'm actually filming with not the front camera, not the FaceTime camera. Oh look, there's a... Actually no, you guys can't see it because I forgot I'm not using the FaceTime camera. But because of what I did yesterday, I thought it was really fun. And I was thinking if it was actually possible to make a whole day's worth of vlog, just little snippets from each sections of the day, if I'm doing something, if I'm going out, and see if I can only use my phone, because I just placed the order for my laptop, thanks to Alex, my friend, and it's not getting here until I think mid next week. So I want to see if I can actually use my 7 Plus, film video with it, and import everything into iMovie, because that's what I did with my Instagram story yesterday. I downloaded like about 75% of the clips, import into Lightroom, and just split, add a little bit of text here and there, and import a little bit of photos here and there, and exported that video. So if this one works out today, then I'm just gonna experiment with it for this whole week, because I want to see if I can literally make a whole vlog just with my phone. So I'm gonna go to Taco Bell right now to pick up lunch. Right now it is currently, 1 second, let me turn the car on. It is 1:55 p.m. and we have dinner reservations actually tonight at 6:45, so can't eat too much. I don't have a very high metabolism, so I don't digest very quickly. So I'm just gonna go to Taco Bell and get just one order of chicken quesadilla. Also, the reason why I'm not using Instagram stories now is because I don't know if Instagram actually compresses video for the stories, but right now I'm recording in 1080p by 60 FPS. I know factory settings, the iPhone 7 Plus, when it first came out, I think the default setting was maybe at 720p. Changed it to 1080p by 60 after I played around with the A6000 back in October, because I want to do some slow motion. But for now, I'm not going to do any slow motion. I'm just going to go as is, 1080p by 60 frames per second, and just see how it goes. Didn't realize my head was, or the top half of my cap was cut off. Oh well. I hope the camera actually refocuses, because I accidentally touched it with my fingers on the other side, and I hope this segment is not flipped, because I'm actually holding the camera with my right hand, steering with my left hand. But I was actually gonna call this, the videos from this week, balling on a budget, but then I realized the 7 Plus is still a few $100s. But I'm pretty sure if you wanted to, you can actually go to Best Buy and buy a T6i, a T5i, because it's the only EOS Rebel T series that is made for videos overall. The only one camera that's made for photos is the T3i, which I have, but everything else, I think the T4i, the T5i, and the T6i are all made for videos. So what you could do, is buy like a secondhand off of Craigslist, pop a memory card in there, film for a whole day, get a SD card reader. I think the one that I have is about $30. So let's say you spend $300-$400. I don't know how much the prices are for those DSLRs right now, but I know for a fact that they're a few $100. Because the T3i right now, what it goes for, I believe around like $200 to $300. So I believe the price right now for everything would literally be, let's say, $600, because 7 Plus, I don't know how much it costs right now, but I'm pretty sure that disregarding the iPhone that you have, right, the phone model that you have, iMovie runs on all models. It doesn't matter which phone you have. Because right now, obviously, the newest model is the 11 Pro Max, but yesterday's video I made off of my 7 Plus with Instagram stories and iMovie. That's it. I didn't use my laptop because I have no no laptops to use. So an iPhone, a T4 to T6i, and a SD card reader, You spend 1 to 2 hours on iMovie, simple splitting clips, compiling clips, and you can pretty much maybe even make a YouTube career out of it. Who knows? But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because that's basically what I was thinking about yesterday. Is that if you already have a phone plan, right, and if you can get an iPhone for a pretty good deal, you can be making YouTube videos every single day if you put in the time. And yesterday's video took me maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to import, to cut, and keep in mind, the last time and the first time I ever used iMovie mobile was back when I was in high school about 10 years ago. And it was inconvenient, that's why I stopped doing it, but when I played around with it last night, honestly, it wasn't all too difficult. I learned everything, on the spot. I'm about to get to Taco Bell. I can't wait to get my chicken quesadillas. So Taco Bell is actually to the right here. This is the only Taco Bell in the area. Actually, park. Sure, why not? Let's park in here. Alright, I'm gonna have to put the phone down because I can't shift. Even if it were automatic, I could not shift and steer with one hand. The only reason why I said this is a very unorthodox way of filming is because right now the screen is facing the opposite side of me, and the only reason why I'm doing that is because the FaceTime camera is lower quality than the front camera itself. But there used to be an Orchard Supply right there. I don't know how wide the camera angle is because I obviously can't see it, so if I'm blind shooting, yeah, that's why. But anyways, so there's the car, Orchard Supply, and Starbucks is somewhere in the back right here. And they actually opened the Starbucks not too long ago, a few months ago I think, and that makes it 3 Starbucks near where I live, which is actually really convenient because the places where I go to send my sibling to work, I actually take this expressway right here that Taco Bell is off of, and take the highway right here. It's 280 South where they work. So with Starbucks right here, we can easily come out of our neighborhood, stop by the Starbucks, and then head straight on the highway. Other times, when we go have dinner, lunch, or whatever, we usually head to the east, and there's a Starbucks actually 2 streets away from my house. And the reason why I don't go to that one is because it's too out of the way. This one's pretty close to the one behind me, but it's too out of the way. Quesadillas should be done now. I'm gonna go in and check. For $5.50, that's not bad at all. Actually thinking, when it comes to times like this, and my bad if the camera is shaking because I'm using a selfie stick that I haven't used in about half a decade, actually. Not used to holding a selfie stick, but rather a tripod. The one that I was actually using back in November when I was filming with the A6000, and actually I wanted to talk about why I went on a hiatus? I think, I don't even know how you say it, but whatever. It's because we had a passing in the family. That was the personal reason why I stopped. So I wasn't in the mindset to do anything. I know I made that YouTube channel just for a few months, and it really sucks that I had to stop for a bit, but it was needed above all else. I wasn't in the mindset, I couldn't focus on making videos, but I realized for me, the way to truly express what's going on in my mind is either writing about it in a blog post, or since technology is so good now, because that's why I'm doing this, is to get it on video. And that led me to kind of think about it yesterday. Only reason why we invest in technology, right, is bottom statement, really simple, to make it look good. The 7 Plus came out 2-3 years ago, I think, maybe maximum 4 years, but let's just say 2 to 3 years ago, just to be on the safe side. Nowadays, video footage is all in 4K. This thing can record in 4K, but only at 30 frames per second, and I'm not willing to do that because it's too slow. I'd rather film at 1080p by 60, and have it be lesser quality but smoother compared to filming at 4K at 30 frames per second, and it takes up more space on my phone. I also delete all the video clips afterwards, so it's not as if I'm moving or importing the video clips onto a computer, which right now I obviously don't have one. Otherwise, I would be filming on my camera, and I just don't save the video clips at all, so there's no point. But the other reason people invest in video gear is to add, visual effects. But if it comes down to it, if you just want to film, to just have fun, to compile videos, to put on YouTube, you can still, and I discovered this yesterday too while playing with iMovie, you can still, slow down the video by half the time. It might not be as smooth, but it's still slowing down. You can add text, you can add transitions. iMovie pretty much on the phone allows you to do what you can do on a laptop if you just want to do simple basic editing, splitting. I was surprised even that you can import photos and do a layover while the video clip is actually playing. So that I was very impressed with, actually, and that's what I did. I just had to figure out how to make it not cut the video, but rather play over it while showing the picture, which actually worked really well. That's why I'm doing this experiment for the next week, because I figured if I didn't want to put any visual effects, if I didn't want to do any of that unique, transitioning, where I turn the camera from left to right and then from left to right again to do that, smooth transition, then honestly, I can just film with a phone, really, and just film as if I'm doing Instagram stories. But that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, except I don't have that video limit of 5 clips because I'm not a verified profile, so I can't extend my filming by that much. Whereas I think if you have like a verified profile on Instagram, you can record however long you want. So that's why I chose not to use Instagram stories, because for one, the quality is complete crap. 2, there's no limit as to how long you can film. And this one's going to be another 15-20 minute long video. I already know that for a fact. And that's why I chose to use this camera app to film video, because I'm treating it just as if it's Instagram video or Instagram stories, but I just won't be cut off every 5 video clips before I have to send it on the story and then go back and film again. Truth be told, I think I'm just going to be flipping in between the FaceTime camera and the front-facing camera, because I just don't want to keep having to flip my phone left and right whenever I want to use the front-facing camera. Today is New Year's Eve. Tomorrow's New Year's, so we are actually going out, I guess, to celebrate New Year's, even though the family isn't really in the mood to celebrate because of what happened in the family. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure out how to do this, because I act very weirdly when I know I'm filming for YouTube, when I have to keep reminding myself to just act as if I'm filming on Instagram stories, because the way how I approach making videos versus making stories on Instagram is different. So we are going to a restaurant that is a sister restaurant of Alexander Steakhouse. The only difference being that this restaurant they specialize in seafood, and it's called The Sea by Alexander Steakhouse. So Alexander's is more of a wide range in general, high-end restaurant, and The Sea is also a high-end restaurant. We've been once or twice before, but the service wasn't really that good. But apparently they've improved, so that's why we are giving them another chance. I won't be doing anything. I won't be going out anymore other than picking my sibling up from work.